have to be very organized. आप एक तरफ मेरे पास है and have to give the marks. So
रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट हो चुकी है। मैंने कहा यार कहीं मिस ना हो जाए कुछ भी। अच्छा कुछ भी। ये देखें सब खड़े हैं ऐसे। अब बस कर दे।
Good morning, my dear fellows. I'm Sarwan Hafiz and these are my colleagues. Today we have come forward in front of you to present the state of Pakistan after the incident of 9/11. As you all must have remembered, there was a devastating incident, the horrifying scenario, and the shock which was given on by the collapsation of the Twin Towers. The incident occurred on 11 September 2001, but its effects are still to see. That day have given rise to the hatred and the fear among the people. It has given the shock of the insecurity of the life and the word. It has changed the meaning of the word terrorism, which exists in this world now.
I will describe the facts and figures of the incident. The incident took place at 8:46 a.m. 17,400 were inside the World Trade Center at the time of attack. 2,974 died. From 19 different countries lost their 500 people. 20 were hijackers and 246 were people in the whole train. 200 jumped from the Berlin Tower. 24 are still missing. 2,603 dead inside. And 23 were the NYPD officers. 125 died at Pentagon and 344 were the firefighters and paramedics.
Now, after hearing these facts and figures, we come to the conclusion that now the real question is, in everyone's mind, is that how come Pakistan became the focal point in this whole mayhem? Basically, a few years back, Osama bin Laden has given a threat to the US government regarding such activities to be done. When this incident occurred, the US military, US government as well as the Western countries had one view that it's Al-Qaeda, it's one of the Muslims. In order to trace it into the rate of revenge, the US government wants to enter Afghanistan, certain place of Afghanistan, as it was the place of the Al-Qaeda agencies. So it needed a gateway, it needed an opening, and it needed direct invitation. Here comes the role of militant Pakistan in all of these chaos.
I am going to mention the geostatic position of Pakistan, that why Pakistan was chosen to be the center of all the activities of the war of terrorism in the Afghanistan against the Al-Qaeda. You see, when you look at the location of Pakistan, in the north there is China, in the south there is the Arabian Sea, in the east there is India, in the northwest there is Afghanistan, and in the southwest there is Iran. You see, from USA to Afghanistan, the distance was 11,927 kilometers, which made the direct attack almost impossible. Now coming to the possibilities which could be made the base of for the attack on the Afghanistan. The four neighboring countries which were in the neighbors of the Afghanistan were Pakistan, Iran, Russia and China. Russia and China could be easily eliminated because they were superpowers and couldn't be forced by the USA. And on the other hand, Iran and Pakistan, Iran was an economically stronger country in comparison with Pakistan, so Pakistan was made the base for the attacks.
I am going to elaborate the political and economical aspects because of which USA chose Pakistan in the war against Afghanistan. USA mainly depends upon the aids from USA, China and Saudi Arabia, out of which USA has aided Pakistan. Like if we go from 1950 to 1999, USA aided Pakistan with about $58 billion. It has been found that USA military supported Pakistan and took many advantages from it. Like in the Soviet-Afghan war in 1980, General Jawahar was in charge to enforce martial law on the government of Mr. and USA aided Pakistan with $5.3 million to guide and support Taliban against Mr. Afghan. Similarly, in 2001, military rule of General Modi was going on to suspend the government of Mr. Nawaz Sharif, and Pakistan was going to complete political crisis. As well as in the nuclear project in 1998, Pakistan was totally bankrupt as the oil exchange account went dangerously low, and the IMF program was suspended. Here again, USA aided Pakistan with removal of banks of Pakistan, restoring the IMF program and giving an assistant aid of $10 billion, of which Pakistan was a great deal. And in turn, Pakistan had reported the demand to meet the economic development by the war against terrorism.
The event of 9/11 was particularly America started war against terrorism targeting Afghanistan, in which Pakistan support was back. US issued an alliance system in South Asia,
was again reversed as a person did after the Gulf War. Now let us enter the political value first. In 1999, General Musharraf dissolved the National Assemblies. Now the main political party, Pakistan People's Party and PMLN, were not interested to take part actively in this matter. Demonstrating their anger, the political party started 20 anti-US protests. They were also concerned about the interest of America, which compelled the government to change its policies, not only about Taiwan but also about Kashmir issue, nuclear weapons and other stuff. In 2002 elections, PMLP came as a major political party and formed government. They also support the general then. After that point of time, the crimes, illegality and other low-profit activity spread throughout the country.
At one time, Pakistan was the most allied in American allies. Washington turned to Pakistan in the early 1960s when India chose non-alignment. Pakistan, desperate for outside support, eagerly reciprocated. In the early 1960s, when the alliance failed, when Pakistan turned to China, while America backed India in its threat country. With the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, American policy did a complete about it. When Islamabad provided essential support for anti-Soviet American operations in Afghanistan, a second US-Pakistan alliance then took place. However, neither Ayub Khan nor Ziaul compromised national sovereignty in exchange in military and economic aid provided by the United States. The 9/11 attack led to a third US-Pakistan alliance. Once again, Pakistan served as a support base for war against Afghanistan and as a frontline state in the so-called war against terrorism. And began actively involved in threatening Osama bin Laden and the mountains of Afghanistan. This has turned out to be a qualitatively different kind of relationship. When power and leadership come to people incapable of ending either, the result can be disastrous.
My friends, I'll throw some light on the losses that Pakistan has beared during the war against terrorism. A latest government data reveals that Pakistan has faced direct and indirect losses of about $34.52 billion since 2001 in war against terrorism. The war on terror negatively affected Pakistani exports, prevented the inflow of foreign investment, affected the pace of a privatization program, slowed overall economic activities, reduced import demand and tax collection, and caused expenditure overdues. Thousands of jobs have been lost, both civil and military infrastructure have been damaged. Pakistan continued to pay a heavy price in terms of both economic and security concerns. A large portion of its resources, both men and material, have been consumed by this war for the last several years. The economy initially suffered losses of $2.67 billion from the year 2001 to 2002. Then it rose to an amount of $6.26 billion in the year 2007, and the last year it is projected to $8.46 billion. Pakistan's rupee lost 27% of its value, and the country's stock fell nearly 50% last year, mainly because foreign investors fled the country on security concerns. The country then sought help from the IMF to avoid a looming default on its foreign debt. The country's losses in terms of life is more prominent. About 1,200 soldiers have lost their lives in the war against terrorism. 10,000 other security personnel have lost their lives, and over 0.5 million common people in tribal areas and in the northwest frontier province of Pakistan have lost their lives in the operations going against the militant group by Pakistan Army and the US forces. Also, the other terrorist activities in the other cities of Pakistan, 648 people died in 2005, then 1,471 in 2006, and 2,300 in 2007. And growing and ever-growing figure of the people killing in the terrorist activities. It's very strange that on one side the US keeps asking us to step up our fight against terrorism, and the other side it does nothing to economically stabilize the country. And economically weak Pakistan would be more vulnerable to the forces that the US wants to defeat.
Well, the part which I've chosen is the conclusive part. Well, to be direct, the loss to almost 3,000 people, injuries to many other humans, and loss to many other personal properties clearly justifies that it was us, the humans, clearly responsible for all this. We are the ones who never feel the pain while watching the news informing about the deaths of millions of people. We are the ones who never hear the cries of the mothers shouting for the arrivals of the beloved, who can never return. As rightly quoted, and I quote, "It's true that we all have hearts, but the true feeling relies in some. The eyes still waiting for the arrivals of the beloved, the ears still await to hear the footsteps of their beloved. It's never so true that all that have lost, we can return. All that who have gone far beyond expectations, we can never return them. But it's true that we can raise our heads against terrorism and eliminate it from once and for all from this world. And to ensure all those worldly eyes that yes, the footsteps which at this moment are leaving you, which at this moment are going against you, will one day truly return. Now leaving you all with a question, ask yourselves and you'll come to know what pain they bear. Ain't we Pakistanis? Ain't we getting blamed for all those parts of terrorism? Ain't this the time to raise the power against it? If it isn't, then I don't think we're getting any other chance.